She was a manipulative, money-hungry troublemaker, but now she's a symbol of redemption and change. My name is Emma, and I'm in my early 30s. It's been a wild roller coaster ever since I married Lucas, and today I want to share with you the unbelievable saga involving my sister-in-law, Sophia, who's in her late 20s. Buckle up, folks, because this is a story you won't believe. So several years ago, I married my husband Lucas, and that's when Sophia, my sister-in-law, entered the scene. At first, I hoped that the two of us could build a good relationship. You know, the whole family harmony thing, right? But boy, was I in for a surprise. Sophia didn't seem to share my enthusiasm for bonding. In fact, I couldn't sense any intention from her to connect with me. She often displayed this attitude of superiority, making it clear that she valued me only for my money. Now here's where the story takes a jaw-dropping turn. One day, out of the blue, Sophia calls me and in the icest tone, drops the bombshell. If you're looking for your bank book, you better give up now because I have it. I'm like, wait, what? Why would you say something like that? My assets are mine. They're not yours. But she just laughed it off, saying, do you really believe that? It's amusing. I couldn't believe my ears. It was clear that Sophia was in no mood for reconciliation, and I started thinking about how to deal with this situation. Then Sophia hit me with a mind-blowing statement. Once you marry into our family, isn't it natural to think everything you have now belongs to the family? I was just dumbfounded and mumbled, that's not how it actually works. But Sophia wasn't done. She casually dropped this bomb. I bought a new car using the bank book balance. Withdrawing a large sum at the counter would raise suspicions, so I carefully withdrew $3,000 multiple times using an ATM. There's no balance left in the bank book now. She even had the audacity to laugh out loud, as if she was declaring victory. It was clear that Sophia was reveling in her actions, and I knew I had to do something about it. So I decided to hit back. I said, fine, if you say the bank book and the money inside belong to you, then I'll give up on it. Sophia was taken aback, and she asked, what are you talking about? You said to forget about the bank book and the money, didn't you? I replied, I did say that, but you're the one who needs to give up. Sophia, with irritation in her voice, demanded, could you tell me why? I seized this golden opportunity and told her, isn't it obvious? The bank book is in your name. Did you carefully check the name on the bank book? Sophia's face turned red with anger, but I held my ground. Her slip of the tongue had just become my ace in the hole. I began to explain the whole story to her slowly and carefully. I said, my name is Emma, and this goes back to when I decided to marry Lucas. My husband's family runs a metal processing business, and my father-in-law is the president. My mother-in-law handles all the office tasks, and my husband is an employee in that company. I expressed my desire to support the family business because I could see that my mother-in-law was overwhelmed with administrative work due to the recent departure of 2 staff members who had gotten married. My mother-in-law had told me about this, and I could tell that they were struggling to find replacements for the clerks who left. They didn't have a clear hiring policy, so I offered to help. I told her, I have experience in administrative work, and if there's any way I can assist, I'd be more than happy to support. My mother-in-law was delighted with the offer, and my husband supported my decision. I began actively assisting in the administrative role at my father-in-law's company. My prior experience came in handy, and my father-in-law appreciated my help. My husband, Lucas, was always considerate, making sure I didn't overwork myself while balancing household chores with the job. Lucas reassured me, saying, you only need to help until we hire a new clerk. I don't want you to overwork yourself. But I was content. I communicated well with my mother-in-law, and the work environment was much better than my previous job. I had genuinely hoped to support my husband's family business. One day, my mother-in-law suddenly exclaimed, oh, I completely forgot to go to the post office. I offered to go in her place, and she accepted with a smile. She mentioned that she also planned to do some shopping. So she left for the post office, and I was left at the house. While she was out, my sister-in-law, Sophia, appeared in the office. She had been working at a restaurant since she didn't have a full-time job, but I didn't know much about her current situation. As I contemplated asking her about it, Sophia smiled sweetly and said, long time no see, Emma. I asked her if there was something she wanted to discuss, and she replied, Actually, I was just passing by and thought I'd drop in. Sophia's tone was warm, and I felt the need to inquire about her situation, especially since I had heard rumors about her job. But before I could ask, she dropped a bombshell. Sophia asked, "Are you getting paid for working here?" I replied, "Yes. The pay isn't much, but I do get a salary for the administrative work I do." Then she made a surprising request. "Can you share a bit with me?" I was taken aback and asked, "What do you mean by share? Are you asking to borrow money?" I was trying to understand her intentions, and Sophia replied, "That's not what I meant. I want you to give me part of that salary." I was bewildered and asked, "Part of the salary? Don't make me repeat myself. Just give it to me now." Sophia's expression suddenly changed, and she approached me. She noticed a small safe on the table and said, "It's in there, isn't it?" Panicking, I stammered, "Wait, that contains." But before I could finish, Sophia reached for the safe. I blurted out, "Wait, that contains." Sophia made her exit, and I was left in shock, watching her leave the office. I couldn't be certain of the exact amount she took, but I knew she had taken money. I checked the contents of the safe and found out that I was short by $170. Sophia had taken two $50 bills and three $10 bills. I frantically checked my wallet, but it only had a few $5 bills. I was left in a state of frustration and desperation. I decided to apologize and handle the situation. Sophia had caused trouble multiple times before, and dealing with her had always been difficult. I decided to approach my mother-in-law and said, "I'm sorry she put you through this about the money Sophia took. If it can be deducted from my salary, I'd appreciate it." My mother-in-law, in her wisdom, told me not to worry. She said, "Don't worry about it. I'll handle it." But then she had a small request for me. She wanted me to record Sophia's voice the next time she came to the office. She wanted me to use a smartphone or a digital recorder to ensure the atmosphere and conversation were captured. My mother-in-law explained, "I want to have evidence of her actions." So I reluctantly agreed to help. It was clear that my sister-in-law's behavior was becoming a significant issue, and my mother-in-law was determined to have proof of her actions. A few days later, Sophia showed up again at the office. This time, she looked worried, and I knew it was the perfect opportunity to record her voice. I discreetly started recording the conversation as she began, "Actually, I'm a bit strapped for cash right now, so I thought I'd borrow some from you." I was hesitant but asked, "I'm definitely not lending you money. Why do you need it?" Sophia reminded me, "You lent it before, didn't you?" I explained, "That was you taking it without permission, but you managed to cover for it later, didn't you?" Sophia, clearly uncomfortable with the situation, replied, "That's because I couldn't say that I had informed the mother-in-law about what happened." I could tell that she was trying to avoid explaining herself further. In that moment, I knew that recording her voice was the right decision. My mother-in-law confronted her, and the situation escalated. I overheard their heated exchange, and Sophia's expression turned from worry to anger. Sophia's husband's parents, who were also present, couldn't hide their frustration either. Especially her husband's father, who was the manager of a factory, let out a sharp remark. He said, "Since you married into this family, do you think everything should just be provided for you?" I couldn't help but think back to the moment when Sophia had uttered those exact words to me. It was surreal to see the tables turn, and I hoped that this confrontation would lead to some resolution. But the drama didn't end there. Sophia's parents and her husband's parents decided to keep a close eye on her daily life. By day, they worked at the factory, and after work, they lived under constant surveillance. It was an uncomfortable and tense situation for everyone involved. Sophia and her husband felt the pressure from both ends, and they struggled to bear the harsh environment. One day, when Sophia ran into me at the factory, she was in tears. She pleaded, "I'll do anything. Please forgive me anything." I could see the desperation in her eyes, and it was a moment of vulnerability that I hadn't expected. Sophia was ready to do anything to resolve the situation, and it left me in a dilemma. I told her, "I want you to change, to become a better person." But changing the topic, I shared my own life-changing news. A significant change was about to take place in my life. I had decided to resign from my administrative job at the office. You see, I had heard that they were hiring new staff, and I had other plans in mind. I was expecting a baby, and I wanted to focus on this new chapter in my life. The news of my pregnancy was met with joy, not just by my husband and me, but also by our families. My decision to resign was influenced by my desire to take care of myself during the pregnancy and ensure that I got enough rest. The news of a baby on the way was a significant turning point in my life, and I was eager to embrace this new adventure. As I shared this news with Sophia, I couldn't help but hope that it would be a fresh start for her as well. Maybe, just maybe, this new beginning would help her leave behind her troubled past. The next few months were a whirlwind of emotions. As my pregnancy progressed, I found myself caught between the excitement of welcoming a new life into the world and the ongoing drama involving my sister-in-law, Sophia. It was a delicate balance that tested my patience and resilience. Despite my best efforts to focus on the impending arrival of our baby, the situation with Sophia remained unresolved. The tension at family gatherings was palpable, and her presence continued to cast a shadow over what should have been joyful moments. Sophia, however, seemed to have had a change of heart. She began reaching out to me, not with demands or manipulative schemes, but with genuine apologies. She expressed regret for her past actions and acknowledged the pain she had caused. It was a side of Sophia I hadn't seen before. One evening, she approached me and said, "I want to make amends, Emma. I know I caused so much trouble, and I'm truly sorry. I promise I'll repay you for the money I took. I just want a chance to make things right." Her words took me by surprise, and I could sense the sincerity in her voice. It was a moment of vulnerability that I couldn't ignore. I decided to give her a chance to prove herself. Over the following weeks, Sophia made an effort to mend the strained relationships within the family. She reached out to her husband's parents, my in-laws, and her own parents, seeking forgiveness and understanding. It wasn't an easy journey, but Sophia was determined to change her ways. As the months passed, I could see a gradual transformation in Sophia. She began attending family gatherings with a more humble and considerate demeanor. It was as though the weight of her past actions had finally caught up with her, and she was striving to be a better person. The birth of my baby brought a new sense of hope and joy to our family. We named our little one Emily, and her arrival had a unifying effect on all of us. Even Sophia, who had caused so much turmoil, couldn't resist the charm of her tiny niece. Sophia started to play an active role in Emily's life. She would visit often and help care for the baby, creating a bond that none of us had expected. It was heartwarming to see her transformation from the troubled sister-in-law to a loving aunt. In time, we all learned to forgive and move forward. The wounds of the past began to heal, and our family slowly but surely found its way back to a semblance of normalcy. Sophia had earned our trust and respect through her actions, proving that people can change if they're willing to put in the effort. As Emily grew, our family gatherings became moments of genuine celebration and unity. Sophia, now in her early 30s, had found her own path and was working in a steady job. She had come a long way from the troubled woman who once caused chaos in our lives. Our family had learned valuable lessons about forgiveness, second chances, and the capacity for change. Sophia's journey from a source of conflict to a pillar of support was a testament to the power of redemption and the resilience of family bonds. And so we continue to navigate life's twists and turns, cherishing the moments of joy and overcoming the challenges that came our way. The story of my sister-in-law, Sophia, served as a reminder that even the most tumultuous chapters can find resolution and peace. Our family had been through the storm, but we had emerged stronger, more united, and with a newfound appreciation for the power of forgiveness. Life moved forward, and with each passing day, the bonds within our family grew stronger. Little Emily, with her infectious laughter and curious eyes, brought endless joy to our lives. She became the centerpiece of our family gatherings, and her presence was a reminder of the beauty of new beginnings. As Emily grew, her relationship with Sophia continued to flourish. It was heartwarming to watch the two of them interact. Sophia had truly turned her life around, and she was now not only a loving aunt but also a role model for Emily as she navigated her formative years. Sophia's transformation wasn't just limited to her relationships within the family. She had also found her footing in her career. With determination and hard work, she had progressed in her job and was now recognized for her dedication and skills. It was a testament to what one can achieve with perseverance and a desire for change. The years went by, and our family faced new challenges and triumphs. We celebrated birthdays, holidays, and milestones together. The memory of the past conflicts and turmoil had become a distant echo, replaced by the harmonious melody of love, understanding, and forgiveness. My relationship with Sophia had also evolved. We went from being at odds to becoming confidants. We shared stories, supported each other through life's ups and downs, and most importantly, we learned from our past. It was a remarkable journey of healing and growth, one that I cherished deeply. With Sophia's guidance, Emily blossomed into a kind-hearted, resilient young girl. She looked up to her aunt with admiration, understanding the significance of her transformation. Sophia had shown her that people could change, that mistakes could be rectified, and that forgiveness could mend even the deepest wounds. As Emily entered her teenage years, she started asking questions about the past. She wanted to understand the family's history, the conflicts, and how we had come to this point of harmony. It was a delicate conversation, but one that needed to be had. I sat down with Emily and explained the trials and tribulations we have faced. I shared the story of Sophia's journey, the mistakes she had made, and the remarkable transformation that had taken place. It was a lesson in the power of redemption, the strength of family bonds, and the beauty of second chances. Sophia, now in her late 30s, joined our conversation. She wanted Emily to know the importance of learning from one's past and using it as a stepping stone to a brighter future. The tears shed that day were tears of gratitude for the love that had prevailed and the wisdom passed down through generations. Our family continued to evolve, but the lessons we had learned from our turbulent past remained at the core of our unity. We knew that life would always present challenges, but we faced them with the knowledge that forgiveness, growth, and love could overcome any obstacle. As I write this, our family is a picture of harmony and love. Emily is now a young adult, full of promise and potential. Sophia has become a mentor not only to her, but to anyone who witnesses her remarkable transformation. We are a testament to the fact that even the most turbulent stories can find their way to a peaceful and loving ending. The journey never truly ends, and new chapters will unfold. But as long as we hold onto the lessons we've learned, the power of forgiveness, and the strength of family, we are equipped to face whatever challenges come our way.